Hey everybody, welcome to another one of Chris's beer reviews. So, very many people are a great fan of the Hobgoblin. I'm not particularly a fan of the Hobgoblin or the British ale or English ale taste. However, I'm going to be drinking the Goliath. It is a 4.2% ABV brew. And it is again from the Wychwood Brewery, which is the brewery that is responsible for the Hobgoblin. So I'm going to be basically comparing the Hobgoblin to the Goliath. Now I have a couple other beers in my beer hall. I got the King Goblin, and I also have the Witchery, which are all from the Wychwood Brewery. So I'm going to basically be going through them, and I'm going to be explaining to you what I prefer personally as the better brew. So this is the Goliath. Again, I'm going to show you the picture and the image. You got a little what's up, and that's about all I got to say. It says the beer to slay a mighty thirst. I am a thirsty mofo right now, and I could be enjoying this. I'll read a brief tidbit on the back here. A full-bodied and robust ruby bitter brewed with pale and crystal malts. Never heard of crystal malts before. With a rich malty taste and a hefty whack of fugles and Golding's hops. Oh wow. My television just went off in the background. Just the beer to slay that thirst. Allow me to turn off that television. Muhammad Hafid is also a UN client. Oh yeah! It's off. Alright, so I'm going to be pouring this into the wonderfully magnificent Hobgoblin pint glass here. It's a perfect angle I can give you as a wonderful direct image of the wonderful Hobgoblin guy with the axe that looks just like somebody straight out of the Warcraft video game. Yeah, it's brewed in the UK, which is world-renowned, and I'm going to be giving it a shot right now. I doubt we're going to have any smoke, but let's see. I'm going to try to pop it off. Smoke in person, but not on video. Here goes. Now, the Hobgoblin has been brewed for quite a long time. I've seen the Hobgoblin on the shelves for honestly, maybe 10 years. The fact that they're coming out with other brews this time, like the Goliath and the King Goblin, I'm very pleased. Okay, we got a wonderful heaping head here, but a two-finger head perfectly. We have an amberish looking color, quite translucent. Definitely smell the fugels. I believe, I could be incorrect, but I believe that fugels is a very good indication of a UK beer. Now, there's you may not be able to see it, but there is a lot of carbonation here, more than I see in most brews. It is just shooting and firing off faster than many carbonational rates that I've seen. Aside from that, I'm just picking up on some malt, so let's give it a try, see what it goes. Okay. Personally, it's got some more flavor. Okay. I'm not a big fan of this flavor because it still has that very UK British English beer aftertaste that most people enjoy when you're drinking your beer at room temperature, but I am drinking this at cellar temperature, and I can't see it getting any better at room temperature. So I can't really. It's hard for me to give my opinion because I have a couple best friends out there that have tried this beer, and they're like, dude, the Goliath is so much better than the Hobgoblin. So very, very, very English ale taste. The one significant difference between this brew amongst other UK beers that I've had is that this is a very, very malty brew. Um, very malty brew. All you're tasting is malts. You're not really getting any hop effects whatsoever. You're literally just drinking like a lower percentage alcohol content version of a supremium malty beer brew. I can't even talk, man. Can you blame me? I just had the Super Collider. Also, forgive the battle wounds up here. I can tell you that the Hobgoblin is enjoying this beer though because he's already drank that much. One thing that I'm actually kind of surprised about is the Witchery or the Wychwood Brewery um, doesn't create beers where the head is incredibly sustaining. Okay, meaning the head um, stays longer than most beers, but it definitely doesn't disappear as much as many of the beers that I've had out there. I I strongly believe that there are many beers out there that should just be taken off the shelves because of the fact that the head is gone like that. Your flavor is gone like that. Your carbonation is gone like that. Why are we buying this stuff? It's not beer. It's water. It's soda water. Um, I don't have that problem with this beer. And one thing that I can definitely say about this Goliath is that initially it has that UK taste in beer that I'm not really particularly fond of. And a lot of people are going to hate me for saying this because a lot of people are that I know are extreme fans of UK beers and they want to shit on me for saying this. But the more you drink this beer, the better it tastes. You're going to say, well, duh. That's how most alcohol is. And you're right, that is how most alcohol is. But the malts in this beer actually tend to kind of like turn on you in a favorable direction comparative to somebody who's drinking vodka or tequila or whiskey or high alcohol content beer where they say, oh, well, I've already had one and, it doesn't really taste that bad now. Well, of course. It's because you're fucking drunk, okay? But I'm not drunk. And I'm telling you right now, it's been a few hours since I've had the Super Collider, and as much as that made me feel great, it's almost like I'm starting from the beginning with this one, and I'm about halfway here, and it's actually getting better in taste the more I work my way down the list. This beer probably has more malts in it than any other beer that I've ever had. That's really difficult for me to say since I've actually reviewed more than 200 different beers, but I may stand by that observation. I may. I just may. So yeah, this is a good brew. It's worth trying. It's worth experimenting, especially, particularly, specifically, if you are a Hobgoblin fan. And personally, I am waiting for the 2011 edition of this wonderful Hobgoblin glass. I've spoken with many people, and a lot of people were like, at the time, I just couldn't buy, the special edition, blah, 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 blah. And now they're regretting it because they do not have this wonderful glass. But 2011 is upon us now. And if their glass and their special edition kit is anywhere nearly as cool as the one that I have in my hands right now, you gotta buy it. The change does not. The taste does not change in the slightest all the way through. Now, you might think I'm contradicting myself because I said that at the beginning. I didn't really enjoy the taste, but to be completely honest with you, the further you get through the beer, the more that taste that you do not like becomes your friend, and you start to actually enjoy it. So, as many other beers out there, they usually tend to get worse and worse near the end of the glass. This actually gets better. So I'm going to give it a more positive review than most of the beer reviews that I would drink in this caliber. I'm going to give it a 3.3 out of 5. I do enjoy it. Would I buy it on occasion? No. Would I buy it in a special occasion? No. But when I'm getting freaky and I want to try something different, that's the way to go. Alright, everybody. That's it. There's my war cry for you. Don't drink and drive, but drink responsibly. Cheers.